All right, let's get it started. Happy hump day, everybody. I'm here and you're here. That's a good thing. Why do I get so many? Okay, I got to tell you something. Did I turn the music down yet? Yes, it's already down. Good. Hey, so I donated some money to a political candidate for the first time in my life a couple months ago. It was back in June or July, whatever. And that would be Doug Burgum, the presidential candidate and current governor of North Dakota. Now, I did that just to see what would happen. And plus, I think Doug Burgum's a good guy. I'm related to him tangentially through marriage in my family. So, and I think he's one of America's really good governors. But I know he's not going to get any traction. He's from North Dakota, and most people couldn't even find North Dakota on a map. But I thought, hey, I want to hear a debate, and they were trying to get enough donations to him to get him into the first debate. I didn't watch it, but anyway, and I get, oh my gosh, there are 2 of those 5-digit numbers that send you text messages that I get 3 to 4 a day from each of them. Now, one of them I finally just said I opted out, but I was just curious what would happen. And it's funny because he's not polling, and he's polling at 0 basically. I mean, for all practical purposes. But they keep pushing these emails at me, trying to get me, oh, here's this burden, here's what his wife says, here's what this, he's got to do commercial, he's not do that. And it's all from the RNC. And the RNC is asking you to, continues to ask for money, right? Every time, not every time, but every about 3rd or 4th time I get a text from them, it's because they're asked for money. And I also get emails, like my email box. I had to stop the emails. I hate email anyway. And so I just got another one just now, and I'm like, I know, and I think Doug Burgum is one of America's great governors, but nobody knows about him because it's a small state. North Dakota is a tiny state, and for most people on the coast, it's flyover country, whatever. I think he'd make a great president, but it's not in the cards. Let's just put it that way. It ain't happening, not this time. But I'm hoping, maybe he'll get his name out there and get a little more national recognition. But again, I just laugh at how many text messages, and it's all from the RNC. It's not from his campaign. So it's fascinating. Any of the candidates, if you've ever donated to any of them, the RNC is going to send you 8 million emails and text messages and just crap. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about that guy, Merrick Garland. And there's other news, and we're going to watch some of the House Judiciary Committee, Oversight Committee talking to Merrick Garland, just because it gets repetitive, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it. But there'll be highlights from it tomorrow. But we'll watch a little bit of that. But I got some other news items pulled up, so we'll do that today. And I'm gonna go later than my normal time because I'm here late. But anyway, so that's the show today. Let's get it going. Johnny, stop that music and play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Yes, that would be me. Oh, you know what? Part of my arm's invisible. I just noticed that. Why didn't y'all tell me? I gotta fix what do I gotta fix here? Let me see. Let's do video capture. See, some clothing that I do wear creates shadows because for some reason let's see if I can fix this. Oh, this reset because I had an update. That's why. See, if you let's see, contrast maybe? No, that's the wrong way. There we go. That makes me look washed out though. And let's check some saturation to get some color in this boy. Holy shit, what the hell's going on there? I don't know how to fix this. Okay, that should be black. I should be black. The white balance should be about here. There we go. And apply. There we go. Now I'm not see-through anymore. Hi there. I am P-Dog Knight. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, P-Dog Knight, Marty. I'm Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet. And welcome back to the P-Dog Knight channel. They're still messed up, but I don't have time to fix it. So you're going to look at me looking like I'm a ghost, like someone just said. And welcome to the P-Dog Knight channel, whatever, you know, that stuff. Today we're going to talk about, or we're going to watch some of the House Judiciary Committee hearing that's going on as we speak, or Oversight Committee, House Judiciary Oversight Committee. And that's, you know, it's basically the Republicans asking Merrick Garland tough questions. He evades them, and then the Democrats give his taint a tongue bath. And you know, and they wanted to make it look like this is all ridiculous. Look, here's my thought on all these hearings, right? Here's my thought on all these hearings. Let me try this one more time, because this is just going to drive me nuts. My thought on all these hearings is the more time that Congress spends in committees doing stuff like this, the less time they spend writing legislation that can screw up my life. So I don't mind the fact that they are doing that. Is that better? That's way better, isn't it? Hey, I'm looking human again. I'm not see-through. I'm not a ghost. So I wish they would look. I would wish Congress only was in session 3 months a year, because you know what? Or if they had a rule in Congress that for every new law they passed, they had to repeal 5 for the next 5 years. Okay, every law they passed, they would have to repeal 5 for the next 5 years. And not just those BS, you know, proclamations and crap like that they pass all the time. I mean, some of the dumb laws that are on the books, okay? That would make me happy. I would like the Congress and the executive branch of the United States and even the judicial branch, I'd like them to have as little power as possible over my life. I would like my local governments where I need shit done. I want them here. I want them doing stuff, but not too much. How about just let people live? And I bet if you did that, we'd have a much better country. I mean, we'd be much better off. But no, the Congress is so busy trying to engineer what they want the world to look like, and then also lining their pockets, that it just messes everything up. Look, you know, things. Let's talk about things like let's talk about tax code. Because they're always, so the Democrats are always, oh, the rich are not paying their fair share, and corporations pay this, corporations pay that. You know that every time, let's say corporate taxes, okay? So the Biden administration is talking about, well, the corporations aren't paying their fair share, they need to raise corporate taxes. Hey, dipshits, you do realize that the corporate taxes become a operating cost for the corporations. And when you have, the more operating costs the corporations have, the more they pass that non-savings off to you. Now, look, if corporations are making profit because they have shareholders and the shareholders have the shit in the retirement fund and all that, this and that, I don't care. You know, I mean, what does it mean for a corporation to pay taxes? It just means that you're getting taxed again through whatever you're paying to pay for their shit. So just stop it. Make the corporate tax, that's just a whole new animal for the government to take more money. The government takes more than 50% of what people earn in this country now. Now, it used to be, you know, back in the day, they took about 15% of every dollar made in America. Right now, it's about 50%. That's obviously between federal and state taxes, right? And that's why I don't have a problem necessarily with consumption taxes, because if you pay taxes when you buy shit, okay, that's fine. But then don't put on income taxes and corporate taxes and all these other taxes because you're just taxing the money multiple times. Okay. So I don't know. It's just annoying. First, by the way, I got to say good morning, but first, thank you. Ty Alexander, first sponsor of the day. And Ty Alexander, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you, sir, for dropping a big bullet in the tip jar. Ty Alexander says, oh, it's an ad. Should we have some music for the ad? Let's have some music for the ad. Today's sponsor for the Morning Night Live is Zombie Cream. Hello, we at Boomer Tech would like to promote Zombie Cream. Are you see-through? Is your flesh decaying and decomposing? Use new Zombie Cream. It will bring the color back to your skin. Look for green for less green. Yes, thank you, Ty Alexander. A spectacular ad. That is fantastic. Nice job. So thank you. Also, thank you. Whoa, wait a minute. All right, I can read this because I'm a brother and I can read this kind of stuff. But you can't. Be careful. Be careful when you say this kind of stuff in your own personal life. You're, with your friends and you're just chilling and you say something funny. That's great, but don't do this on the bus in a major metropolis. So, unwiped asshole nigga says, thank you for dropping a deuce in the tip jar. Says, Merrick Garland's a bitch. That ain't no joke. Ought to get wrapped up and smoked like a toke. Okay, these seems to be rap lyrics. UAN traveling to his office, give him a piece of my mind, leave a gift on his doorstep from this black behind. The people's champ, people's shitter. It's unwiped. Okay, there you go. Reminiscent of the chat of Hard Bastard. There you go. Thank you. All right, let's say good morning, everybody, so we can get this thing started. First in chat on Rumble, Mr. Avocados Diablo gets the bell. Also, good morning, Jimmy Das Hotep. Hello, my friend, Furry Kitten from across the pond, Michael Savage, Blarg, and I think that's everybody on Rumble. That looks like everybody on Rumble. At least everyone who's chatted. Now there are what? How many people watching on Rumble? I can't even tell. There's 12 watching on Rumble. That's a good thing. I like that. Sound off if you're watching a Rumble. On YouTube, first in chat is also Mr. Avocados Diablo. He gets the bell. Also, good morning to our good friend, Somnambul Nation, who I believe has already tweeted out the show. Thank you for doing that. Remember, sharing is caring. Yes, she did. There you go. I'm going to retweet. I'm going to repost. I'm sorry. So did Jimmy Das Hotep. I'm reposting your stuff too, my brother. Thank you for doing that. Let's see. Also, good morning. Simon Wolfwood. JB's in the house. Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Good morning also. Whoops. To the Grand Inquisitor, Tyre Alexander. Whatever the hell that was. Good morning, my brother Trippy Liberty's in the house. Special Can Acid. Don Julio, Gulf City Biker and Trash Man. What up? Jonathan Peterson. Hello. Selecta Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Also, good morning to Jesse Leon and Unacceptable Views. Furry Kitten's also over there on YouTube. And I think, is that everybody? That could be everybody. Sarah's in the house. What's up? And Nelson's. Nelson's. Oh, that's Horatio Nelson. What up, Horatio? TAS and Game Archive. Good morning, sir. And Anna Lynn. Lots of people here today. I love it. I love it. Now, here's the most important thing you can do at this very moment. Right now. Open it. Oh, either if you're on YouTube or Rumble. I don't know how to do it. Click and copy and paste the URL for this stream, wherever you are, Rumble, YouTube or whatever, or you can click the share arrow on YouTube or whatever, but send this stream to somebody or lots of people. You can do it on social media. You can do it by email. You can do it by text message. Send it to somebody, please. Send it to somebody and invite them to join us. We're having fun in the chat over here on P-Dog Stream. Okay. That's all I want to know. Did you know Sunny D is made out of canola oil? Is it? how's a fake orange juice drink made out of canola oil? Which, canola oil is just a bullshit thing, right? They just gave it a fancy name of it's kind of something like leftover oil they used to use, and they originally formulated to put in your automobile. I mean, if you're going to use oil like for cooking, use olive oil or, I don't know, some other kinds of oil. Don't use canola oil. It's gross. It's simulated fake shit. They try to make it sound like it's healthy and shit. It's not. Trust me. All right, what am I doing here? Let's see. That's notifications. Let's home screen here. Looks like I already did notifications. All right, share the stream. Or just retweet me or Somnambule Nation or Jimmy Das. So I don't care if you just repost something, but share the stream. All right. Let's get into some a couple things trending. Then we'll watch a little bit of this Merrick Garland thing, and then we'll get into other news because we're not going to watch a whole lot of Merrick Garland because it gets repetitive, and it's just the Republicans ask a tough question, and Merrick Garland avoids the answer. Like I said, the Democrats give him a tongue bath with gives this Tane a tongue bath, and then he has all these prepared answers for there because it's almost like he already knows what they're going to ask him because he comes up with these questions. You're going, how the fuck did he have ready for that question? Oh, because they told him. So anyway, trending in the news in today on the good old X, formerly the app formerly known as Twitter, Sophia Loren is trending today. Now is she still alive? I guess so. She must be still alive. But Sophia Loren is here. Let's do this because you want to see these pictures. Hey, because she was fine in the day, man. She was fine. Sophia Loren is trending on Twitter because it's her birthday. The 20th of September, 1934. Italian actress Sophia Loren, born Sofia Costanza Brigida Vigliana Cisalone, was born in Rome, Italy. She won an Academy Award for Best Actress in 1962 for her performance in Vittorio De Sica's Two Women. Emphasis on two. She was a fine individual and a great actress. And, I don't know if she's a great actress, but she was a fine individual and made her mark on American moviedom. Was that a good word? Moviedom. And even when she was in her later years, when she was like in Grumpy Old Men and stuff, she was still a fine individual. But, she's 89 years old today. Happy birthday to Sophia Loren. Good morning. My favorite Canadian Jaeger ponies in the house. Woohoo! What up, Jaeger? Good to see you. Also trending right now is American Climate Corps. Now, so Joe Biden made a speech at the UN yesterday, a rambling wreck, but they gave him some polite applause, and some people are like, oh, look at the people giving Joe Biden this great round of applause. No, they give him polite applause that they give to every person who speaks at the UN. But something that he suggested yesterday, and I'm kind of cracking up about it. He suggested, thank you, Simon Wolfwood and Mike Savage, by the way, for retweeting the show. He suggested that we have something called the American Climate Corps. On Wednesday, President Biden he said he'll launch the American Climate Corps, according to the White House, which he said it will provide training for about 20,000 young people to have careers in the, quote, climate resilience economy. This motherfucker. So these are to hire 20,000 climate propagandists. Because here's the thing. But Cool Frog, what's up? Shrapnel, what's up? Nice to see you drop in. Here's the thing, okay? And I don't know what climate resilience economy is. Here's the thought, though, okay? If there are issues that begin to show themselves because of climate change, as they have predicted since probably the 1970s, right? Because that's their emergency that they can force you to do shit that you don't want to do. If there are really telltale things that are happening because of climate, Do you think, Catherine, how you doing? Welcome to the stream over on Rumble, by the way. If there are things that are happening because of climate, right? There are plenty of entrepreneurs in this world, particularly in America, but all over the world, that will come up with some kind of solution that they can sell that will make them very rich. Do you really need incentives? Do we really need the government to come up with, hire 20,000 propagandist little fucker, Gen Z and Gen A motherfuckers to tell you and how to be resilient in the climate? First of all, people will move. Okay, if the hotels on the coast of Florida start flooding, I think they'll probably move. Right? People are mobile. People will decide with their feet where they need to go. If it's too hot in this place, they'll move somewhere else. Right? That ain't the problem. And look, by the way, isn't Florida supposed to be underwater by now? Didn't Al Gore predict it would be underwater? Did Al Gore predict there'll never be ice on the North Pole anymore and the South Pole Mountain? Now the water will be covered in New York City and Manhattan will be underwater and all these places. And yet we still have rich people, like former presidents, buying land on the coast of islands. On islands. So what the hell? Anyway, here's an article. I'm going to see what the ABC article says here because, whatever. Wednesday's announcement comes amid the annual, it's Climate Week. Did you know it was Climate Week? I had no idea, and I'm glad I had no idea. President Biden on Wednesday will launch the American Climate Corps, according to the White House, which is described as a workforce training and service initiative for more than 20,000 Americans that, quote, will ensure more young people have access to the skills-based training necessary for good-paying careers in the clean energy and climate resilience economy. What the ever-loving hell does that mean? You don't think companies coming up with really good solutions would hire people and train them how to do that shit? What are they? Skill-based training necessary for good-paying careers in the climate, energy, and what the hell are you talking about? Biden endorsed a similar idea of the Civilian Climate Corps while running for president in the 2021 election, but the initiative was ultimately left out of the pared-down version of Biden's Build Back Better butthole bill that would become the Inflation Reduction Act. Oh, wait. Did you see what ABC News just did there? They just admitted that the Inflation Reduction Act has nothing to do with inflation. The pared down version of Build Back Better that became the Inflation Reduction Act. That's not what? What? Anyway, dozens of climate activists and Democratic lawmakers, redundant, have repeatedly called on Biden to create a federally funded jobs program that would carry out climate and conservation. Look, oh my God. Why does it have to be federally funded? Why does it have to be federally funded? I'm asking you again. Answer me. Why does it have to be federally funded? This is stupid. Stupid. Oh my God. They've implored him to use his executive powers as president to establish the initiative. No. The president doesn't have that power. All the president has the power to do is to approve what Congress signs into law. He can't just, I'm going to spend whatever the hell I want on this because this is my idea and I think it's a good idea. No. This is the problem with our federal government right now. This executive order bullshit. Come on, man. Anyway, Wednesday's announcement comes amid an annual Climate Week that coincides with the yearly United Nations General Assembly in New York City. Let's move the United Nations too. Let's move it over to London. Let's just get it out of our hair. Biden spoke of the importance of tackling climate change in his address to the 78th session of the UN General Assembly on Tuesday. He notably will not attend a gathering on Wednesday hosted by UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres that will reportedly focus on new action countries are taking to fight climate change. Oh, so he's going to skip that. Maybe that's during his pause. What do they call it? When he puts a lid on the day? Maybe it's just past his nap time. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, good God. What are the important is conserving and restoring our lands and waters, bolstering community resilience, deploying clean energy. Look, you know who deploys clean energy? You know who deploys energy, period? It's not the government. Companies deploy energy. And so if you're going to deploying clean energy, that means that's just bullshit. And then they add this. In many cases, distributed and community-based, implementing energy efficiency technologies that will cut consumer costs for the American people. Yeah, they've been really successful at cutting consumer costs, haven't they? Whatever. And advancing environmental justice. Oh, buzzword. So long overdue in so many places, Biden's national climate advisor, Ali Zaidi, told reporters during a telephone call on Monday. Get the fuck out of here. They just love spending money. But it's an emergency, people. It's an emergency. Make sure you dig out your wallet. Go for 60% of every dollar now, Joe. God bless America. All right, other things that are trending. Don Jr.'s trending because his X account, the app formerly known as Twitter, got hacked. And so the Hodge twins pointed out that we may see the best tweet ever sent from Don Jr.'s account, and that would be this one. Oh, I'm not. You can read it. You got to look at the screen if you're not paying attention. That account got hacked, and it was obviously hacked by someone who's not a fan of Joe Biden. There's another one now here. Now this is the other thing too. Now Tree of Logic makes a good point here. My friend Tree makes a good point though. Serious question. How are hackers gaining access to big accounts like Don Jr. this easily? Now, no one says it was this easily. It could have been could have been trying for 10 years to hack it. So I don't know if it's that easily. But she says, don't get me wrong. I find these tweets hilarious. I'd probably follow these posts if they were really from him. And one of them, Richard Hart is innocent. When I become president, I'm going to burn the SEC. And then I'm sad to announce that my father, Donald Trump, has passed away. I will be running for president in 2024. Yeah, no, he got hacked, and hacked has also been trending, mainly because of his account. So that's pretty funny though. There's every in fact, all the hacked trending tweets are about him being hacked, which is kind of funny. That could have been a real problem. Yeah, it really could have hacked my ass. Well, it would have been funny, but the thing is though, right now, let me tell you something. The brothers are warming up to Donald Trump again because Joe Biden sucks so bad. So it's all right. All right, Staten Island is trending. Now, I'm not sure. Apparently, here's what's happening in Staten Island. This is from 7 hours ago. But there was another protest on Staten Island. And apparently it says here, police arrest and push people back in Staten Island to allow 3 busloads of illegals to be brought to their new home on Midland Avenue and Father Capodanno Boulevard last night. So, yeah, one of the people who was arrested yesterday in the Millen breach is this migrant facility. Let's look at this real quick. We're going to read this, or we're going to play this. Not before I say thank you again to Jimmy Das Hotep, who is still the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor today, dropping a big bullet in the tip jar. By the way, the links are in the chat if you want to sponsor the show. They say sponsor the show or something like that. So Streamlabs Superstar sponsors link here. If you want to sponsor the show, drop a couple bucks in the tip jar, because I am jobless for at least another week now. Jimmy Das Hotep, thank you very much. And you get one of these too. It says if they wanted to push clean energy, they would deregulate nuclear. Straight up, that's spot on. This technology is unaffordable because of government smaller footprint than wind or solar farms and would reduce costs due to energy availability immediately, but it would hurt their investments. Yeah, because, you know, the energy companies would if they actually went nuclear, you'd probably have to charge less. So anyway, you're right, man. You're absolutely right, sir. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Again, the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor links are in the chat. Super chats and Rumble rants are fine, but the Streamlabs are always better in my opinion. So, in New York City though, here's one of the videos from someone who was arrested. Let's see what he says here.
I'm not blocking anything. I'm on the sidewalk. I'm not blocking anything. I'm not blocking anything. What am I blocking? I'm not blocking the driveway.
So this guy says he's on the sidewalk and they arrested him anyway. All right. So anyway, what's happening in Staten Island again? Well, this says it definitely is not hilarious. Live in Staten Island, and this borough is 90% conservative Trump supporters. We don't follow other parts of the city. This was last night when they brought in 3 buses of illegals. We fight and will continue to fight. Yeah, so they decided New York City is trying to move all these sanctuary using migrants. I'm trying to think of a good acronym. I got to come up with an acronym for the migrants. Okay, here's the contest today in the chat. Come up with a acronym for migrants or illegal aliens or whatever that I can use from now on. That is funny. It has to be funny though. Let's see. Obama Biden won't be happy until they completely destroy my. Yeah, it's kind of that true. That's true, Catherine. I agree with you. Anyway. Does a beat cop really need to have all his medal, awards, and commendations on his shirt? No, they really don't. That's kind of silly too. But so let's see. After NYPD officers moved the frustrated residents away from the nursing home, and the city bus was able to bring the migrants into the building. So they are moving these migrants. Did they clear out a nursing home for this? What the hell? Let's see. Curtis Sliwa. Let's hear what Curtis Sliwa says here. You know Curtis Sliwa, he used to, what are the Guardian Angels? Man, I remember when the Guardian Angels were big in the 90s. And he was just a young dude, but he was leading the Guardian Angels. Let's see what he says here.
Arrest all of Staten Island here. Really? This is where Blue Lives Matter started. Defending you, the police, when Black Lives Matter and Antifa were attacking you. These were the people who defended the police.
Yes.
And now you're arresting the people of Staten Island?
He's got a good point.
This is an outrage.
Uncle Bad Touch, what's up? I know who you really are.
Oh, man. I don't know how you go home and look at yourself in the mirror. Do you forget December of 2020? How quickly you forget. Nobody was there. Nobody was there.
Wait. I want to go back a little bit to this officer right here and this officer right here. Look at their faces right there. Do you see that? Like one dude looking down, this guy kind of has a look on his face like, you know, he's right. What the fuck am I doing here? Yeah, welcome back, Uncle Bad Touch. I'm glad to see you.
Oh, man.
We know who you are, really.
You know the thing.
There's only one Uncle Bad Touch, and he happens to be in the White House right now. Anyway, oh, wait, I see what happened there. Oh, Tyler Zander. Yeah, Jimmy Das Hotep, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. I forgot you were, it was Tyler who was it before. Anyway, good morning, Jim Neighbor, Guardian Angels. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, so in Staten Island, yeah, this is crazy, man. Staten Island don't play. They don't play. By the way, murders in Staten Island soar 129% so far in 2023. Wholly unacceptable. Now that's interesting, you know, but what if murders in Staten Island were low in 2022 or 2021? You know, I hate it when they say what percentage they go up. There's an article in the New York Post. Staten Island secession might not be a bad thing for New York City's crime stats. Murders in the forgotten borough have surged 129% so far this year over last year, to 16 from 7. See, so from 7 to 16. That, first of all, that's not 129%, is it? That's like, 120. Yeah, that's right, 129%. From 16, it's so in Staten Island there were 16 murders, up from 7. See, when they use the percentage, it doesn't tell you a whole lot. That could happen in one incident. One bad incident could surge your murders in that year. Anyway, major crimes are up in every category, 17% overall, according to NYPD data through September 10th. By contrast, murders citywide are down 10% to 280 from 311 this year. Wait, what? 280 this year, 311 last year. And major crimes have dipped 0.2%, the data shows. It doesn't tell me that were crimes very high normally the last year versus the year before. I don't know. This is the article in the New York Post that I'm not showing you on the screen. So anyway, again, I hate when they use percentages. It's a headline story. It's not me. It really doesn't really mean as much to me. All right. Finally, as we know, Hunter Biden's being brought up on gun charges. Well, he's going to plead not guilty. The federal to those charges. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, will reportedly plead not guilty to federal gun charges, his lawyers said in a new court filing this week. Hunter Biden's legal team requested that in a Tuesday letter to the court that he will be allowed to make his initial appearance in court via a video call. We write on behalf of our client, Robert Hunter Biden, in response to the court orders issued on September 18, 2023, related to Mr. Biden's initial appearance. Biden attorney Abby Lowell wrote in a letter to U.S. Magistrate Judge in the District of Delaware, Christopher Burke. We respectfully request that the court hold Mr. Biden's initial appearance in this matter by video conference. Okay, whatever. He's going to plead not guilty. Now, I have an unpopular opinion about this. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion or not. The law in which he is being charged seems pretty unconstitutional to me. Because what they're requiring is that was it Fourth Amendment? Don't incriminate yourself. Fifth Amendment, don't incriminate yourself. 1, 2. There's no place in a court of law where he's been convicted of any crime, felony or otherwise, yet. Okay, and the infringement of the right to bear arms. It's a little Second Amendment thing. There's a whole lot of problems with it. And in fact, I think there's a case already on the books that they've ruled a similar law unconstitutional. And isn't it lying on a government form? Well, I don't know. I don't know. But in any case, this as I said last week when they were talking about this, they said they're going to charge him, right? This case wasn't designed for them to win. This case was designed for them to pretend they're actually doing something about the other laws Hunter Biden broke. They're only charging him with this when there's so many other things that they should be getting him. Batman, what's up? Is this the first time you've been in my stream? Nice to have you. And also, Annalyn, I don't know if I said hi yet, but hi again if I didn't. Welcome to the Batman. Hail Hydra, motherfucker. Anyway, so this whole Hunter Biden thing is just bullshit. I got the Daily Caller article up here. It'll be in the links today. By the way, if you're not familiar with what I do here, as much as others are, every day, everything I do in this stream, if I put it on the screen or I read a story or I put a tweet out, they will be in the links at the end of the show, both in the description of the video on both Rumble and YouTube. And also I drop the links, the entire set of links in the chat under a one-tab link. You click one link, everything will be on one page. If you can find it. So this is the first time. Well, Batman, I didn't think I see you other places all the time, but I've never seen you in my stream. Well, spread the news, share the wealth, and let people know we're here. All right, let's move on. Now let's get into Merrick Garland a little bit. We'll watch a little bit of this hearing, but my God, it's just. Well, you know what? Let's not watch the hearing. If you want to watch the hearing, I'll put a link to the hearing, which is going on right now. So, for example, here is the live hearing, but I see people popping clips up already of the hearing. Here's the current hearing. I'll put it on live here.
The
for a little bit.
You're the guy in charge. Does this trouble you?
So anyway, he's testifying before the House Judiciary Oversight Committee.
Intentionally not involve myself in the facts of the case, not because I'm trying to get out of responsibility, but because I'm trying to pursue my responsibility.
Your FBI director testified before this committee of an uptick in, quote, known or suspected terrorists coming across the southern border. And he told us that the southern border represents a massive security threat. Those were his words.
Basically, why we're watching this, because to watch some of his bumbling
You agree?
answers, and then I'll show you some clips that people have already clipped so far.
I'm perfectly happy to align myself with the director of the FBI.
Well,
that's a great answer.
Why is it then that we, senior administration, rescind the Trump-era orders that had secured that border? We've seen an exponential increase in suspected terrorists.
Time of the gentleman has expired. The witness can respond. He chooses.
I mean, this is the answer to this question about
it's not my problem, he
law
says.
is an extremely long answer. I would defer to the Department of Homeland Security, which is responsible for the physical security.
See, he's not going to answer because it's not his answer.
Well,
all right, I can take 10 seconds of this. I can take 10 seconds of it.
I understand, Mr. Attorney General, you've requested a short break, so we'll take a short break.
Anyway, the link to this oversight hearing will be in the links today. But I'd much rather just show some clips of it so far, and then we'll move on because, well, they're taking a break anyway. So let's go into, let's see, where is it? Merrick, Garland. There we go. Here's a couple. Merrick Garland can sit there and lie under. There we go. This Jazz Shaw, who writes for Hot Air, says Merrick Garland could sit there and lie under oath because he's pretty sure Merrick Garland would never prosecute Merrick Garland for anything. Yes. So here's an exchange. Who is this? Representative Johnson from Louisiana has got a question for Merrick Garland. Let's watch this one.
Have you had personal contact with anyone at FBI headquarters about the Hunter Biden investigation?
Now, that's wait, before he even answers. This is the Attorney General of the United States answering a question if he has talked to anybody about the investigation into Hunter Biden. Now, if you weren't sure, okay, if you were not sure, Hunter Biden is the son of the President of the United States of America. And this is the Attorney General who's serving under the President of the United States of America. And the question is, have you talked to anyone over there somewhere talking about this case of the son of the President of the United States of America? Have you talked to any of them about this at all?
I don't recollect the answer to that question, but the FBI works for the Justice Department.
No!
I'm sorry.
Was his mom called Judy?
You don't recollect
Yes,
whether you've talked
yes, Merrick Garland is the, grandmother. No, I guess it'd be his mom because Eric's pretty little. Yes, he's Judy Garland's son. Exactly. Fat man. This is why I want you to come to my stream more often. You ask the most important questions that need to be asked. I'm serious. Okay.
with anybody at FBI headquarters about an investigation into the president's son?
I don't believe that I did.
I don't believe that I did.
I promised the Senate.
Oh, my
I
God.
came, before it for confirmation.
Nope. Didn't talk to
I
anybody.
would
Not
leave
sure.
Mr.
Not even
Weiss
sure.
in place,
Who knows?
And that I would not interfere with his investigation.
That's not what he asked you.
I have kept that promise.
All right. Have you had
Okay,
personal
so
contact
that's
with anyone
that's
at
one of the
FBI?
dumb questions that he won't answer. Not a dumb question. It's great. Actually, it's a great question. It's a great fucking question, and it's a simple question. And you lied your ass off. Let's see what this one is. Okay. Oh, here's one. So everyone knows that a whole bunch of money is run through Shell. Hello, hey T2. What's up? What's up? Nice to have you. The Terminator's in the house. Nice to have you. Everyone knows that the Biden family has received money in many different ways through multiple shells companies and yada, yada, yada. Well, here's Matt Gaetz asking about that, and let's see what his answer is. Let's move that on there. Back to full. Here we go. All right, let's see. This is only 10 seconds, so maybe, it's 34 seconds. Let's see how he answers this question.
Do you know about the money that moved through Rob Walker's shell companies, yes or no?
As I have said repeatedly, I have left these.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I got to address something in the chat. Catherine says, those hearings are a waste of time and money. It's just BS. Okay. let me correct you. the hearings cost less to me as an American taxpayer than pretty much anything that gets approved in the Congress. So, and also, if the more time they spend doing this, the less time they spend writing stupid laws. So bring on the hearings. I'd like to have hearings at least 9 months a year. Maybe they can go into legislative session, here and there, because nothing they do is all that important or urgent. Okay? Unless they go into special session after a natural disaster, they have to do some special allocation or whatever. Other than that, bring on the hearings, baby. The less they pass, the more your pocket will be happy. All right, let's finish this. Let me start this over so you can hear the whole question.
Do you know about the money that moved through Rob Walker's shell companies, yes or no?
As I have said repeatedly, I have left these matters to Mr. Weiss. I've not intruded. I've not interfered. I've not tried to find out what he knows.
It's like you're looking the other way on purpose because everybody knows this stuff's happening. And you know what? People don't pay bribes to not get something in return, right? The China initiative resulted in the convictions of a Harvard professor, of someone at Monsanto. So we were working against the Chinese. They paid the Bidens. And now you're sitting here telling me that North Korea is the big threat. I got to get...
All right, so there's another one. I'm only going to do one more. Let's find a good one though, because that was whatever. I mean, it's important, but America, it's like Republicans ask questions and he doesn't really answer. Matt Gaetz looks like an apprentice vampire. He kind of does. He got that. He's like what Eddie Munster turned into when he grew up. Anyway, let's see. Is there any? Let's see this one. AG Merrick. Oh, this one. Oh, Merrick Garland fires back at Trump and MAGA Republicans. Let me give you one for the Democrats because they're copying, cutting and pasting some of these things too. This is a typical Democrat question. Here we go. All right, here it is. Oh,
our job is not to do what is politically convenient. Our job is not to take orders from the president.
Oh, this is his opening
Congress,
statement, I think.
Or from anyone else
about who or
but
what that's not true. You do that.
As the president himself has said, and I reaffirm today, I am not the president's lawyer. I will add, I am not Congress's prosecutor. Justice Department works for the American people. Our job is to follow the facts.
Wait a minute. No. Isn't the Justice Department part of the executive branch? It's not part of the judicial branch. It's part of the executive branch. It's not part of the legislative branch. It's part of the executive branch. So yes, it is your job to prosecute on behalf of the President of the United States. And then you take your cases over to the judicial branch and try to get them adjudicated. So what does that even mean? Now you're not specifically the president's lawyer, but what are you talking about?
Law, and that is what we do. Our job is not to do what is politically convenient. Our job is not to take orders from the president, from Congress, or from anyone else about who or what to criminally investigate.
Why does Garland have a tiny Latino standing beside him? I don't know.
I am not the president's lawyer. I will add, I am not Congress's prosecutor.
Oh, he already played this whole thing. All right, enough of that. I can't take it. I was going to sit here and watch the whole thing, but I can't do it. I'm sorry. I just can't. If you want to watch it, I will have the link in the links that I put in the chat at the end of the show, and it'll be in the description in both Rumble and YouTube. Lies. Lies, yeah. So anyway, in the words of Anakin Skywalker, liar. In the words of Joe Biden.
You know the thing.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
In the words of well, it's not. Who sang this song? This is who's that? Montel Jordan.
Why the fuck you lying?
So anyway, all right, let's move on because I can't take it anymore. I'm only going to do a couple more and then I got to get out of here. All right, 3 more. I'll do 3 more. And these are interesting developments in the world of justice in the United States of America. This one is particularly interesting because we talk a lot about this guy, and apparently the the January 6th stuff, you know, that we talk a lot about. Well, apparently there's a name that's popping up again. There's the Thompson twins. That's Lies. And the other one, no, I was thinking about the real song is not the Why You Fuck You Lying. It's You're Standing Real Close. That song. You're making it. He's talking about his boner while they're dancing on the dance floor. That's you know that song? Is that Montel Jordan or who sings that song? Anyway, it was an R&B group. It was an R&B group. I thought it was Montel Jordan, but maybe no. Montel Jordan is "This Is How We Do It" because that song's played at every freaking wedding you ever go to. Pale Rider, how you doing? Welcome. I try to be smart. I see you there. I don't know if you're being facetious or not. I think I'm pretty smart, but I'm not the smartest man in the world. I will never claim that I am, and sometimes I'm wrong. Anyway, so look what the conspiracy theory the J6 cat finally dragged in. 60 Minutes, the New York Times, and Adam Kinzinger, and the FBI's favorite J6 Capitol protester, has gotten a slap on the wrist for what sure looked like helping to incite the January 6th riot in the Capitol building. But why now? So, you got a little, is that Christy McVie? Was Christy McVie solo, or was she doing it with Fleetwood Mac when she sang the song, "Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, tell me lies, tell me lies"? That was Fleetwood Mac. That wasn't her solo stuff. Anyway, Ray Epps is in the news. Ray Epps is in the news because he helped incite the January 6th riot. It was an R&B song, or R&B group called Next. Too Close. Yeah, it's the song is about a guy getting a boner when he's dancing with his girl or with his, whatever, sax thing. Anyway, so Ray Epps, the man the news media said was the object of a conspiracy of the hard right, was charged on Tuesday. What? With one misdemeanor count of disorderly conduct. Hello, Tales of Gore. For his antics at the Capitol complex on January 6, 2021. One misdemeanor count. You must go into the Capitol. He was leading the first breach of the Capitol perimeter. He was there, the first breach, the violent breach, and one of the officers got a concussion when they put those fences and she fell down and hit her head on the stairs. Even through her helmet, she got a concussion. One misdemeanor count of disorderly conduct for his antics at the Capitol complex on January 6, 2021. It has taken the federal government more than 2.5 years to bring the single charge against Ray Epps. I wonder which judge he's going to get. Is he going to get Kelly? Is he going to get Chutkan? Those are the main two who are doing all the cases, right? And they've been throwing the book at everybody, right? Now, but there will be no political gulag in Ray Epps' future. He will be moved 13 times, making it difficult for an attorney or family to find him. No, that happened to the QAnon shaman, as he revealed in my interview on the Adult in the Room podcast. So he said he will not be moved. So QAnon shaman, when they arrest him, they moved him 13 times. So no one in his family could ever know where he was. Crazy. Anyway, Epps likely will not be thrown into a cell the size of a closet to waste away his days in prison, as many January 6 defendants have. He will likely be able to shelter at home for all upcoming news interviews to once again reiterate that he did nothing wrong on January 6th, except for telling people to go into the Capitol. His record will reflect a misdemeanor disorderly conduct charge that will probably will present no impediment to him for the rest of his life. It is likely that Epps, former member of the Oath Keepers, he's a member of those right-wing nutjob Oath Keepers, who've been painted just the most false picture of their organization since this shit happened. But he was charged now because the men the feds wanted to put away, the Proud Boys, have been sentenced. See, they wanted the Proud Boys and the Oath Keeper guys to go to jail, and they weren't going to bother with Ray Epps because Ray Epps was part of this plan there. Anyway, some of the Proud Boys were charged with going into the Capitol. Here's part of the explanation in one of the indictments. Here it is. Part of the indictment. At 12:53 p.m., a group of people forcibly breached the barriers of the pedestrian entrance. A crowd followed, including Nordine, Biggs, Rail, and Donahue. Members of the crowd charged past the trampled officer barriers. Oh, and Ray Epps is one of those men who was there. Ray Epps spoke to one man just before they breached the barriers. Some of the Proud Boys walked inside the Capitol after people had breached the barriers and opened the doors. Other crowd members encouraged and otherwise assisted the forced entry, affording Nordine, Biggs, and Rail, these is part of the Proud Boy trial, to ability to enter the Capitol building. But Epps' story is much more complicated, right? Complicated. At first, the FBI put Epps on its BOLO. Okay, BOLO is in, what is that? BOLO, of missing J6ers. It took the feds nearly 3 years to charge Epps with a single count. He's been personally featured on the FBI's pinned J6 tweet for years. Yeah, he's still in the pinned tweet from the Washington field office. He's on the most wanted list of January 6ers, still on the pinned tweet, aka post on the app formerly known as Twitter. And then he was inexplicably removed. It was clear that somehow Epps had won favor with the Federal Department of Justice that had routinely rounded up J6 suspects first and then threw the book at him later. The lame single charge tells us everything we need to know about Ray Epps. No obstruction felony, no civil disorder charge, not even a trespassing on restricted grounds misdemeanor. There are people who have been charged and sentenced because they were on the Capitol grounds. They didn't go into the building. They didn't do any violence, but they still got charged. Unbelievable. Is this the entire indictment? Let's see. Let's see what she has here. Does she have the actual, is this it? Is it one page? No, it's got to be more than one page. Let's read Julie Kelly. What's her name? Julie Kelly. So this lame civil charge tells us everything we need to know about Ray Epps. No obstruction felony, no civil disorder charge, not even a trespassing on restricted grounds misdemeanor. Can't even tell you the last time I saw an information, misdemeanor version of an indictment, for a J6er on a sole count. Not sure it exists, but she's going to check. Epps not only encouraged people to go into the Capitol on January 5th and 6th, he was one of the first to breach the exterior lines, interfered with security, and remained on restricted grounds for more than an hour. At the very least, he should have been charged with the 1512C2, whatever that means. And he claims he orchestrated it. Now, Ray Epps is believed by some, including many who have seen videos of him before and during the riot, to be a federal agent of some kind planted in the crowd on January 6th. Indeed, he appeared to be more than that. He was the person who looked like an agent provocateur that day. Sure did. Oxford Dictionary, until it changes it at the behest of Democrat political overlords, defines agent provocateur, quote, as a person who induces others to be violent or commit an illegal act in order to incriminate them or discredit a cause, which is exactly what Ray Epps is. The dictionary gives a perfect example. All they have to do now in the definition of agent provocateur from now on is put a picture of Ray Epps. The dictionary gives a perfect example of how it can be used in a sentence. You people start fighting amongst yourselves, not realizing that some agent provocateur is behind this. Contrary to most J6 defendants, Epps is quite fortunate in his selection of his criminal defense attorney. Edwin Ungarvarsky is one of the top criminal defense attorneys in Virginia and the D.C. area. Now, isn't that interesting? How does poor old downtrodden and whatever Ray Epps afford the best defense attorney in D.C.? Epps plans to plead. He plans to plead guilty to the single charge instead of going under trial and undergoing discovery and other untidy things in which we might learn more about what he was doing at the Capitol those days. Well, isn't that a coinky-dink? Unlike other J6 defendants, such as President Trump, he will be able to plead guilty via a virtual plea agreement hearing that was set up for Wednesday, September 20th before Chief Judge James Boasberg. Okay, it's not even one of the henchman judges. Anyway, so that's happening today. Oh, wait. He also happened to manage to snag a very connected civil attorney in his defamation lawsuit against Fox News for reporting his J6 activities. What the fuck? That is, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. If he wins that case, then you know this whole country's fucked up. They reported on what he did. They showed video of what he did and asked questions editorially about what he did. Kiss my big fat ass. Thank you. Anyway, so there you go. Ray Epps, one misdemeanor charge. Not even trespassing. Not even trespass, just disorderly conduct. No trespassing, no parading, no being on Capitol grounds, no shoving police officers, no breach, nothing. Ha! It's fucking hilarious. All right, now, speaking of January 6th, Miranda Devine at the New York Post. This is an editorial, right-wing nut job. Miranda Devine, of course, because she, at least that's what they'll say. Oh, this is some right-wing conspiracy theory. So the FBI has seemed to have lost count of how many paid informants were at the Capitol on January 6th and later performed an audit to figure out the exact number, according to an ex-official. Yeah, he will win his case. Well, he's pleading guilty. So yeah, he's winning. He wins the case by pleading guilty and getting off with a dink. The FBI had so many paid informants at the Capitol on January 6, 2021 that it lost track of the number and had to perform a later audit to determine exactly how many confidential human sources run by different FBI field offices were present that day, a former assistant director of the Bureau told lawmakers. At least one informant was communicating with his FBI handler as he entered the Capitol, according to Stephen D'Antonio, formerly in charge of the Bureau's Washington field office. D'Antuono has testified behind closed doors to the House Judiciary Committee that his office was aware before the riot that some of their informants would attend the Stop the Steal rally thrown by former President Donald Trump, but he only learned after the fact, he probably heard about it on the news, that informants run by other field offices were also present along with others who had participated in their own accord. So they had all kinds of people there, and they weren't even sure how many. The Washington field office had to ask FBI headquarters to do a poll or put out something to people saying where any CHSs were confidential human sources, he said, so they could get a handle on the scale of the FBI spying operations at the Capitol that day. We started getting responses back from FBI headquarters, said D'Antuono, which helped identify which field offices had planted confidential informants in the crowd. One paid informant was from the Kansas City field office, was at the Capitol as the crowd surged inside and allegedly was in communication with his FBI handler while they were in the crowd. I think saying that they were going in, according to a former brat. So they had people there with them doing all this shit. Holy shit. They were trying to stop some of the action that's happening, and they left and whatnot. Asked how many informants the audit discovered were in the crowd that day, D'Antuono would only say a handful. Yeah, sure. The FBI spends an average of $42 million each year in payments to its confidential human sources, according to the Department of Justice. So these were paid human sources, according to the Department of Justice Office of the Inspector General, which has raised concerns about the vetting process for these paid informants. So I'm just guessing they had a lot more than just a handful. And they were paid to be there. And they were communicating with their offices while they were there. Isn't that special? These relevant and free enforcement. The Justice Department Inspector General also identified critical problems in the FBI's confidential human source program, Jordan added, including the FBI's failure to fully vet the CHS's blah, 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 blah. So anyway, well, isn't that special? I mean, I need the church lady to come and say that for me, because maybe I'll do a soundbite from now on with that. All right, the last one I'm going to cover today, and then we're going to call it a day until tomorrow. So, you're not supposed to question the elections, right? You're not supposed to, because, it was the absolute most safest and secure election in the history of elections in 2020 and 2022, and even 2018. They were the major election of 2020 was the most secure election ever, and you cannot doubt that, because 60 cases, they won 60 cases or lost 60 cases. Who were questioning it, of course, they were just cases thrown out, but whatever. Well, things are starting to. A lot of things are starting to come out now, because like when in John Eastman's trial, his disbarment trial in California, we're starting to learn some things that maybe they had some evidence, like they said, but they were never able to present it. Now they're starting to be able to present it in certain places. Well, this is an interesting one in the state of Florida. Now, Florida, I mean, I don't know if it matters, because Florida, at least from the presidential standpoint, went the right, well, I wouldn't say the right way, the way that it was expected, okay? Because a lot of these places where a lot of these swing states that, all closed at the same time in the middle of the night, a lot of those were not expected to be the way they ended up, and they just did, and it was amazing. But here in Florida, this may be the latest blatant ballot box stuffing scandal, and maybe it'll be the last straw. Whether it's because they have no fear of consequence, or because they are really that stupid, Democrat operatives regularly stuff ballot boxes in full view of the cameras. This pattern is nauseatingly familiar at this point. First, the big left's candidate comes from behind to win an election with a handful of mail-in or absentee votes. Then videos, sworn testimony, and or official complaints of ballot harvestings and ballot box stuffing emerge. The matter is referred to law enforcement, which opens an investigation, and then nothing. In the film 2,000 Mules, rampant ballot harvesting, which is illegal in Georgia, one of the states featured in the film, was documented. The matter was referred to the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, who clearly, I'm going to do an aside here, who clearly said that their election was the most safest and secure ever, whose office launched an investigation, quote, "If Georgia's investigation into organized ballot harvesting leads to actual arrest and punishment, it will be a great day for America." That's what they wrote at the time. Now, we're all weary of lengthy investigations that go nowhere and accomplish nothing, but perhaps this time will be different. LOL. Oh, that was Raffensperger. LOL. It was no different. Raffensperger declined to proceed with one of the film's producers' election integrity nonprofit True the Vote, giving up the name of a confidential source, which they refused to do. One source out of the mountains of data and evidence the group provided was the excuse for halting the investigation. Last I heard, Raffensperger office was suing True the Vote. Meanwhile, more elections have occurred in the district without any arrest or serious addressing of the problem. Now, in October of 22, there were mind-boggling allegations of illegal ballot harvesting in Florida's Orlando metro area. I can't remember which congressman is from there, but Florida swept anyway, Republicans. But anyway, so Florida's Office of Election Crimes and Security, which is the OECS, I don't know how to say that as an acronym, investigation was launched after Cynthia Harris, a former candidate for Orange County Commissioner, filed a sworn affidavit with the Florida Secretary of State's office. In her affidavit, Harris described a long-standing systemic ballot harvesting operation in the Orlando area's African-American communities. Let's just stop there. You're not allowed to investigate it because it was in the African-American communities. You're not allowed to investigate because that would be racist, right? That would be absolutely be racist. Why didn't that work? There we go. Anyway, on Wednesday night, Harris appeared on Just the News, No Noise, to discuss the electoral exploitation of black communities that she says has been going on for years. Harris, who is black, not only swore out an affidavit, but she had previously recorded and reported ballot harvesters in her neighborhood and retained their materials to show to law enforcement. The matter went to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement for criminal investigation. I check in with their public information officer regularly to see what progress has been made. But a year after they took the case, the FDLE, which is the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, still has no comment because, quote, you guessed it, the matter remains under investigation. Meanwhile, the contentious 2022 election came and went, and we are less than 2 months from Election Day 2023 with no enforcement action against the Orlando ballot harvesting machine. Now, a new video is making waves in Connecticut once again, or that's the second place. And I'm hoping that this is finally the last straw that forces an actual enforcement action. Good luck with that. Bridgeport, Connecticut is a rundown post-industrial town on the coast of Long Island Sound. Like most cities, it has beautiful historical neighborhoods and some noteworthy cultural venues, but it has long been captured by Democrats and suffers from corruption. You don't say. The current mayor, Joe Ganim, has been in office since 1991. My God, he's been in office for 32 years? No shit. And he's a felon. Gammon went on a 7-year hiatus beginning in 2003 to serve time on a federal correctional institution after being convicted of a slew of corrupt charges. But in December 2015, he was sworn back into the mayor's office. Oh, wait a minute. He's been in office. So he was still in office when he went to prison? Can you say, what was the mayor of Washington that smoked crack? Marion Barry? Can you say Marion Barry? Anyway. Ganim is currently running for re-election to his 8th term as Bridgeport mayor. 1 week ago in a Democrat mayoral primary, he eked out a win over challenger John Gomes by 251 votes. A few days later, the Gomes campaign released a video showing a Ganim supporter making numerous pre-dawn trips to the ballot box outside the Bridgeport Government Center. Yes, because these ballot boxes where you ballot by put it in a mailbox, ballot box looks like a mailbox outside of a courthouse where no one's really paying attention. They're the most secure way to do an election. No chain of custody, no whatever. You can just throw some ballots in there. So anyway, here's the video. This mayoral election, because this is a secure election. Oh, we got your back, Mayor. That's Wanda Geter. Let's see, 5:40 a.m. Here's Wanda. Where's Wanda? Is this like Where's Waldo, but where's Wanda? Oh, there's Wanda. What you doing there, Wanda? Got a handful of ballots in your hand. I want to do a rap to this, but I can't rap for shit. Wanda walking out the office right over across the whatever, and oh, look at her put some ballots. Look, she got a whole bag of ballots. Look at her go. What is she doing? Oh my goodness. So she put a handful in that time. There was at least 4 or 5 in their hands. Okay, that's amazing. Now let's see. What else is going? Is this going to show 4? Oh, here, hang on. Let's see what else is going. I'm going to turn the music off though. Okay, she's walking back. Why is this video so long? Oh wait, is she coming back again? Is she coming back again? Look at this. She got more. She's putting more in there. She did. That tile work is giving me vertigo. Yeah, that's some pretty sad. Why does she keep walking back and forth though? Then on September 5th, she came and did it. She's doing it again. She's in a different dress. That's a different day. She got another handful she put in there. We got your back, Mayor. She said, we got your back, Mayor. All right, so you get the point. The video's in the article. So anyway, the Connecticut Mayor reports in a video which posted to the Gomes campaign Facebook page shows a woman dropping stacks of papers into an absentee ballot box outside the government center in Bridgeport, where the city's registrar of voters office is located. The Gomes campaign alleges that the video shows Wanda Geter Pataki, a Ganim supporter, dropping off stacks of absentee ballots ahead of the primary. So this is during the primaries. Good Lord. The mayor notes Geter Pataki is one of 3 individuals the SEEC recommends for criminal charges following an investigation into complaints about absentee ballots handling in Ganim's tight 2019 primary against Senator Marilyn Moore. Yet here she is on video, free and fearless, doing her thing. So what, you say? So what you say? Who cares who the mayor is in some backward blue city? Well, in Connecticut, Bridgeport has long been one of those cities that Democrat statewide candidates can rely upon for midnight magic. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Those last-minute miraculous discoveries of boxes of uncounted ballots that put them over the top in an election. It's so bad that in 2012, an infuriating video made the rounds in which then-Mayor Bill Finch joked around with Democrat candidate, now U.S. Senator Chris Murphy, about securing his win over Republican rival Linda McMahon. Always, always, Finch can be heard saying of his city, we may be a couple days late, but you can be guaranteed you're going to get the votes. So anyway, yeah. So, you know, it's funny because they want these drop boxes. They want these drop boxes to be part of your routine of voting. Well, why do they want the drop boxes? Because they can't be monitored. They don't monitor them, and even if they do catch you doing it, they don't care. They're not going to investigate it. It's amazing. Here, let's put this. I'm gonna put this up real quick.
In this primary,
hang on. This is I think this is the person who lost, or no, this is a representative of someone who lost. Here's what they're saying about it.
Alone, the city of Bridgeport received over 4,000 absentee ballot applications.
4,000.
An unprecedented number in the city and possibly the state.
For a city election.
This trend, coupled with the State Election Enforcement Commission's recommendations regarding the misuse of absentee ballots in the city's 2019 mayoral election, has raised serious concerns about the potential for abuse in the absentee ballot system.
Really?
On primary
I can't imagine.
Our campaign was victorious.
How do you abusing the absentee ballot system?
470 votes based on incoming results.
Huh.
However, as absentee ballots were being tabulated, our lead dramatically eroded, ultimately resulting in a 2-1 loss margin, with an ultimate election difference of 251 votes.
By 251 votes. By 251 votes. So they just knew what number to put in there, didn't they? Didn't they?
Shift in results raised red flags as they've had in the past. Today we are holding this press conference because we have gathered evidence indicating voter suppression and absentee ballot fraud. Multiple complaints have been filed with the State Election Enforcement Commission, including the most recent an irrefutable piece of evidence, an incriminating video for City Hall security footage showing Wanda Gita Paskey, the vice chair of the Bridgeport Democratic Town Committee, the district leader of the 136, and a city employee of Bridgeport, depositing
she's a city employee too?
At 999
She's a city employee.
Street.
All right, you can get the gist of it. So that is also in the link of the article. It's in the article that will be linked in the links that I'm about to put in the outro, in the chat during the outro. So anyway, yeah, that shit's crazy. The most secure election ever. Always, yes, those ballot drop boxes are the most secure way to vote. Come on, man. You need one day to vote. I don't care. Look, I don't care if they made election day holiday or whatever. It's not like you can't vote. You know, I mean, I used to work basically 12, 16-hour days. And if election day was on one of those days, I still voted. I found a way. They kept, you know, if you're like, they open the polls at 7 a.m. and they close at 8 p.m. at night where I live. And you just find a way. People can vote. Now, I can understand if you are not going to be in the country on election day and you request an absentee ballot, and you could, one person can request it and send it to, you know, have it sent to them. This whole mass sending of absentee ballots in some of these states, that's ridiculous. Anyone, because they get old addresses, they get all kinds of bullshit. No, you should. In fact, if you're gonna need an absentee ballot, I would think that you would have to go request it in person. But I can understand that may not be possible for some people. So I don't know. Our whole voting system, it's designed to be fucked with. It's just incredible. So, all right, that finished my day. Before you do anything though, you know, I know the like button and all that stuff. Share the stream. That's all I care about right now. If you are on a social media platform, okay, cut and paste the link to this show or hit the share arrow, whatever you do to share, and put it somewhere on social media for me. I'd appreciate it. I'm here Monday through Friday, mostly 10 o'clock Eastern, roughly around that time. 9 o'clock Central for you Central Time people. I know it's 7 a.m. for you Cali people, but you know, it's early for y'all, but you know, if you're from Cali, just catch me before you go to work. Okay. Share the stream. That's the biggest thing I need right now. Cause this channel ain't going to grow via YouTube because YouTube hates my guts. So, that's it. am so excited to see some new faces in here today, quite a few today, actually. And some of the faces who can't make it as often, I understand, schedule, whatnot. But I appreciate you being here. I got to go. My name is P Dog Night. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Here come the links. Hey, this is P Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Night, and I'm out of here.